Hey guys, I know it's been a little bit since my last video. The second version of the wet blast cabinet's been delayed a little. I've had to do some upgrading and changing to some things at the shop. Like the video I'm showing you today is some modifications I've done to an old snap-on sandblast cabinet that I have. I've done a few things to it that I don't know what's happened through the years, but the way that sandblast cabinets were built years ago compared to how they're built today in general, they want you to use those disposable plastic screens for your window. And what I gotta tell you is that the way it used to be done, and you can see I'm using 1/4-inch thick glass that I've mounted on the outside of this old cabinet. And then what I've got inside is I've got a fine mesh piece of stainless steel screen in there. And it sits about 1/4 inch below the glass. So what happens is the glass never gets scratched. It never wears out. I can see in there perfectly when I'm doing my sandblasting through the screen. So, you know, for those of you that are doing sandblast cabinets and constantly using plexi and scratching your plexi, or using glass and scratching your glass, and you use those protector sheets and you got to keep buying them and changing them, this will probably last forever, will never scratch the glass, and you will never ever have to replace the screen or the glass. So there's one thing that I've noticed, that this is the way they did them years and years ago, and for some reason they stopped most of your companies. I don't know if they just want to sell you the plastic sheets or what. So this old snap-on cabinet I had put new gloves and new rings on it, and I had originally had a regulator going into an air filter water separator before it went into the cabinet, just right here. Now, like on most sandblaster cabinets, I don't know if it's with age or whatever, but it seems like getting your media to fall to the bottom, it likes to just hang on the sides. So I looked into agitation systems, and they were just way too much money. So I looked and saw what I had around the shop, and I'll show you what I did. First thing I did was put a T-fitting in, so that I could go to another regulator air filter water separator, and this one also has an oiler for oil tools. And then I used the solenoid that I had that I didn't use on the wet blast cabinet. So what I've done is, on the back of the cabinet, to make an agitator, I'll show you back here. This one is a Northern Tools die grinder that I bought, I don't know how many years ago, for cheap money. I think way back in the day they were like $12 or $10. I'm sure you can get something similar at Harbor Freight today for probably the same price. All I did was I took a 1/4 inch bolt, which is the size of the collar in there, and then what I did was I took a piece of metal. I think this is 1/8 inch thick, or a little bit more than 1/8 inch thick. It's 2 inches long. I drilled a 1/4 inch hole in it. I slid it over the 1/4 inch bolt, and then put a nut on, tightened it all up, put it in, tightened the collar, and then what I did was I used some muffler clamps, the clamp parts, along with some long bolts, a couple of spacers just to keep it away from the cabinet, so when this thing spins it doesn't hit it. And since it's off-center, it works on the same principles, the vibrator in your phone, the old ones they used to have in beepers. It creates a good vibration that will move the media to the bottom of the cabinet almost immediately. So that's why I have the oiler system on it, so that this will feed it like a drop of oil a day, just to keep that good, because I'm not going to be near the tool. It'll be in the back. So it's mounted to the cabinet securely. And then to turn it off and on, I used the same style foot switch that I used on the wet blast cabinet. It's 120 volt, and it goes up to this plug right here. And what I do is I have that turn on the solenoid. So when I need it, and I'll show it to you, we just hit the foot switch. See it going around? That creates enough vibration to lower all the media into there. And I haven't used that die grinder in years, so it's something I had laying around. And like I said, you can go buy one cheap at Harbor Freight and make the same thing for next to nothing. I got the whole regulator assembly I got off eBay for 20 bucks for this whole unit. This I think was either $10 or $15 or $12, something like that, off eBay before when I had bought it. So it's not an expensive system to do, and when you're sandblasting and you're not getting media, a quick little, and you're good to go again. So that's what I've done today. Now, I'm having a problem here in Florida with the heat and humidity and water in my compressed air. So my next video, I'm working on a dryer system to dry the air. I want to see if I can, I don't know if it's going to be refrigerated or not. I'm still working out some ideas, and we'll see what I can come up with to do that. And we'll start working on that soon. So I hope I'll be doing some more videos regularly. Thanks for all your support, guys. Just like my feed, and I should have the dryer system up in a couple of weeks. And thank you for subscribing.